like or something.
Yeah, Windows 10 was just.
There's Nick.
Hey, there's Nick.
There's Nick. Oh boy, hey buddy.
Yo, Nick.
You hear us?
Yeah.
Oh, there we
All
go.
right.
All right. All right. Finally, we got.
Hey,
Yay!
me and Nick got something in common. We're both snacking on camera.
All right. Do you want to? All right. So,
Let's get this shindig started.
yeah. So let's just bring. Oh, you're gonna have to change these windows up here real fast. So there we go. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, we have Mr. Nick RapidFire. Say hi to everybody there, Nick.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, there we go. We finally got it, and we got you on full screen. This is awesome.
Hey.
So Nick is one of the founders, and I guess you could say presidents for the Musicians Rock Network.
I'm the only president of the musicians.
He's like,
He's the man.
he's the man. He's the capo, the Don, head Don over there.
Yeah, look, my second cup of tea today.
There you go.
Hey, it's another thing we got in common.
Dana's going to warn me not to drink so much caffeine.
Oh, dude.
Caffeine?
Yeah, I was going
Because I get agitated very easily. And when I get agitated very easily, somebody sparks me the wrong way, I choke the life out of them.
Oh boy, all right, we better be on our best behavior with Nick then.
Yeah. Hey, Nick, I'm your pal, buddy. I'm your pal.
Yeah, we're all friends here, bud. We're all friends here. So, Nick, real fast, before we get into the Facebook stuff that I saw you posting, why don't you give us a quick rundown about Musicians Rock Network, like how it came about, how what gave you the idea to start it, like what exactly you guys do. Whenever you say Rock Network, folks are like a network of rock artists. Like, give us like the 10-cent bio real fast.
Well, I've been a musician, drummer all my life. One of the gifts that God gave me also besides that was photography and helping people, because I love doing that. Back on October 30th, 2009, it's definitely been established. I walked into Six Flags Great Adventure right here in Jackson, New Jersey, the hometown of the Musicians Rock Network, live and local. Patricia Stevens, the founder and coordinator of the program throughout the United States and Canada. I've been doing a lot of support, and I enjoyed going out to check out a lot of the bands during Fright Fest during the year. And I got moved back into my local scene, and it was that night that Destiny had called. And there I was, 7:35 p.m. that night of October 30th, 2009. Angelina of Sharetta was on the stage, followed by Close to Death. Years later, back in January 13th, that missing link was Dana Jade, because that was the band that I actually missed. She was playing with Jersey Syndicate at the time, and I talked to her a lot about it, and she said that, it wasn't our time. And it was weird, because when we reconnected on dinner on October 24th up in Teaneck, things started to happen. And that was that part that I missed in the early days, but I'll tell you about TMRN in a second. And it's just weird how fate does that. And that night of January 13th, we went as VIPs out to the Shredder Bound by Substance show with Jackson James, held by ACNK, another chick named Kim Entertainment, at the Gramercy Theater. And I had the picture of Angelina, Dee, and Dana right there, and I realized what happened. On the note that was Sharetta's. Sharetta was the first band that actually inspired me to build the network and to think about music in a different way, because I hadn't been performing
what would
in time.
Nick, what would that different way of thinking about music, what would you describe that as?
To me, I always felt it was unique, even though I knew everybody else was doing it. But the different way about thinking about music was because I don't perform anymore. Bad neck, bad legs, maintaining my health. So I don't play drums anymore. So that, supporting my fellow musicians, okay. I'm not talking about fellow photographer or anything like that, or any of the other talents that I have. I'm talking about my fellow musicians help me to think in a different way, to be there for them.
So rather than in a sense being like, okay, I'm going to go out, start a band, and play shows along with these guys, I'm going to take more of a behind the scenes like support role of handling all those other aspects of the industry. You mentioned photography earlier. There's promotion, there's show booking, there's show production. So you saw like, hey, I don't necessarily have to be the guy on stage no more, because there's all these other places that I can fill a role that's still going to get the same thing accomplished. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to worry about putting a band together to go out and build a super bill of 5 awesome bands.
No, not at all.
Right.
Not at all. It was actually the best times of my life. Exciting. Exciting to be there. Exciting to be traveling out like a musician, going to shows in Delaware, June Jam, going to Philadelphia, Bootleggers, where else? Of course, Six Flags Great Adventure, being there during October, Fright Fest, New York City, Long Island, Connecticut, and back to Philadelphia these days, and Seaside Heights.
So you're definitely, it's almost like you got a rigorous schedule just as much as the bands do, for the most part. Yeah,
and don't forget, of course, what I was saying about what happened that night. Fate Strikes Twice with Shredder's. This is.
Oh yeah. From the we'll
Fate Strikes.
I was gonna say.
Well, no, let me just say this quick.
Okay.
Fate Strikes Twice was the name of their album, but it was Fate Strikes Twice for me, because that night on October 30th, I missed Dana, but we reconnected later, and twice Fate came into our lives, and now TMRN's on a roll, and we're doing bigger things now in 2017, as we already started year number 8. And that's amazing.
Well, I'll definitely get to more about Dana, because so you can get her plugs out, and because she's a musician and performer as well. About some of the new stuff that you guys got at TMRN, one of the things I saw was that you guys did a recent website update, and you've also established a partnership with an internet radio company out of South Jersey. I think it's New Regal. Is that correct?
New Regal Radio.
Right. So basically. So you're hosting a stream on your site for them, I'm assuming.
I'm not just hosting a stream on the site for them, because there's other radio stations like, for instance, when you go to the radio, there's Metal Moose, there's Official FNR, who was the first.
Oh yeah, Knob. I remember Knob.
Yeah. And you got Bob Cook's Gas House Radio. I'm going to be having all those things done. It's going to be very integrated. It's going to be very thorough, and we're building.
Yeah, man,
it's happening.
So you're going for like a syndication kind of thing.
I'm going to be doing from home what I would normally do out on the road, where the world can actually see the representation of the Musicians Rock Network, and that gives me chills up my spine. What is so important about that is that people need to see that this is the damn best local music scene, which I now call regional, because people have this complication with understanding that local means shit bands. Not so.
Yeah. Because the terminology and the marketing and all that stuff. And also too, like, what I'll say real fast on that, the fact that you're telling that these guys, hey, look at things more regionally, not locally, I think is a smart piece of advice that you can give to the younger bands, because you shouldn't really be sitting there worrying about, oh, I'm cool king shit inside of a 50-mile radius. No, man, go to North Jersey, go to New York, go to Strong Island, go down to DC, go down to Baltimore. You should treat the entire East Coast seaboard as your music scene. It shouldn't just be one city.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
we had a meeting. We had a partnership meeting on January 21st, and I do want to give some credit to that, because Mike of New Regal Radio had brought it up at the table, and Dana had turned around and said, see, that's what I was telling you. And it's not that I didn't know earlier, but it had to become a revelation to me, because in Italian, I'm a gabadost.
Hey, let's go down the mountain. Let's get somebody. So I knew that was gonna. We had to do our quota, Nick, of you and I just guineaing it up real fast, because that's you know.
Hey, you guys mind if I get on in this section there?
So. Yeah, I mean, because man, you know, when I did Black Collar Radio, we were in contact a couple years ago and so forth, and like, I got to tip the old knit cap to you right here, because your website has grown, and it's definitely the network and concept of a network. You've definitely set what you've set out to do. You've definitely accomplished in so many regards. And I mean, I see you up and down busting your ass up and down the coast, man. You know what I mean? Like, so we definitely got to tip a hat for that.
And Australia too.
Oh, yeah. It's what, dude. That's the beauty of this. When it works, when this technology works, the shit goes worldwide, and it's amazing. You know what I mean? Like my old radio days with Black Collar, like sitting there and getting people from Germany hitting us up, like, yeah, we dig this band. Like, really? Because I just got drunk with their guitar player 2 nights ago, and he's a real scumbag. You know what I mean? Like, but it's stuff is great. You know, like it helps push and get these artists out there, and again, it makes people stop thinking of scenes geographically and start thinking of stuff bigger. Because again, with this internet, you know, like, yeah, there's like 6 people looking at this or 3, whatever, right now, but it's going to be on the internet forever, and it's going to be something that people can access at later times, and we're going to be able to get it out there. You know what I mean? So that was just, you know, like I said, I wanted to get a quick touch on the Musicians Rock Network. So the big reason why we got you here, the Facebook takedown, as we call it. What exactly happened a couple weeks ago? Because I saw a couple posts, because we're friends on the book on our personal pages, and I had seen that, you know, you were talking about cover songs that bands would do just getting completely striked. I saw stuff about letters getting sent out. I saw there was like lawyer shit involved. Like, walk us like step by step what exactly happened, and why you think Facebook is doing this move against cover song videos.
I don't think that they're intentionally doing it against people, but their method of contacting people is repulsive, and I'll tell you about that. Sending a letter to somebody to scare a pint of blood out of them is not the way you talk to people, threatening them to lose their account because they or the band uploaded a cover song that has not been licensed by the band. For instance, you have United Music Publishing Group, UMPG. And what happens is now they've been getting on Facebook, which is not regulated to handle I don't know, license or unlicensed.
They don't have a monetization system that
YouTube.
Have a
system.
Yeah, YouTube has a system.
Now, yeah, but hold on a second. Now they have Content ID that's growing. So all those bands, my partner, one of my partners had told me, yeah, but you know, Nick, she has like 150,000 views and she's got so many cover songs she does. Guess what? If you're not paying the fees to the music companies so they can pay the artists the royalties, those videos are coming down. So what happens is UMPG contacts Facebook, and immediately Facebook sends out that warning and lets them know, but for instance, the bands that I manage, yeah, here's a crazy situation. Let's say you're in a band, you leave that band, and you were managing that Facebook page, and in your band you did a cover song or 2 or 3, but you were the one who uploaded it, but you're not managing the page anymore. Facebook won't go after the band. They will come after you, and they will send you a letter telling you that you need to see a lawyer because we're not getting involved with your dispute. You were the one who uploaded the content. You're the one who's responsible for it.
Okay, so
and that's what happened to me.
Okay, so what it sounds like then, it's not necessarily Facebook going after you. What it sounded like, it was UMPG, this Universal Music Publishing Group, got a hold of Facebook, and Facebook was kind of like the court courier that delivers the subpoenas. You know what I mean? Like, all they did was they were the messenger. They literally just delivered a message that said, "Hey, you."
No, they delivered judge and jury. And
Well,
that's
right.
wrong until...
Well, and that was the thing that, you know, I mean, we've obviously had a conversation about this off the air. Now, can you monetize anything on the Musicians Rock Network's page? Like, can you monetize videos? Can you monetize content like you can on YouTube on Facebook?
No, because Facebook, all they do is take money from boosting posts.
Okay, so now that's where I'm trying to walk through this little...
I got your point.
Yeah, I'm trying to walk through this here because it's like, all right, look, you, and this is what we were talking about in our one show, was if Facebook is the one that puts the ads on these videos. So if UMPG's got someone to bitch about, they should be going after Facebook, because Facebook is the one that's going to sit there and see a very popular cover song video of 150,000 likes, right?
Yeah.
And then they're going to sit there and be like, oh, well, the metrics are great on this, throw an ad on there. So Facebook is getting 100% of it. They're not giving it to, let's just say it was Dana Jade. Dana Jade had a 150K video, right? She don't get a piece of that. None of that's going to her. It's all going directly to Facebook. So UMPG probably went to Facebook and said, hey, yo, pay up. And then Facebook, being a bunch of bitches, then decided to go after guys like you because for doing what they want you to do, which is add content to their website.
Well, let me just say something. I managed many bands. I still do. And managing their pages, through artist management.
Which for some people at home, if for the people that are confused at home, when he says manage a page, it's the same thing as an admin. So basically, he's an administrator to a page. He makes the posts, all that stuff. So,
but I'm a manager of that band, or was. In this case, the danger is leaving the page and not deleting the content that you uploaded. That can be, confirmed as a cover song,
and that's how
that will come back to haunt you.
Right, and then that's how UMPG got your name and sent you those letters.
No, they didn't get my name because Facebook didn't reveal it to them. All Facebook did was answer the request by UMPG.
Okay.
And
okay.
Let me explain something that you have to understand. Everything that you upload to Facebook, pictures, video, anything, all has your signature on it. So if you upload it as, the name that you were using 7 years ago, which is the same name you're using today, it will come back to you. Facebook will check the date and the time.
Yeah,
it'll say,
it'll be in the metadata.
Nick RapidFire, you uploaded this content. You either remove it, and if there's any more repeated infringements, your account will be terminated.
Well, here's a question I have. I thought if you covered a song and you didn't make money off of it, that it wasn't a violation. I thought that was considered kind of like gray area of fair use.
That fair use kind of copyright thing.
Yeah, because you're not making money off of it.
And that's why Vern, it's a great question, because then that's why I brought up that little scenario here to Nick of like, and to our audience of like, look, if the bands aren't making money from the content that's directly on Facebook, I'm not talking about a link to a CD store or buying a t-shirt. I'm talking about an actual video where we're paid 1/20th of a penny for every view that happens, like we are on YouTube.
And an unregulated Facebook social media giant that is now, after all these years, starting to look for a lawyer that licenses music.
Which is hilarious to me. Wait, I'm sorry. Yeah. Which is hilarious to me because in the early days of Facebook, prior to Reverb Nation, and they married those two apps together. In the early days of Facebook, if you wanted to put your music on their page, you had to fax them a copy of both sides of your driver's license and sign an affidavit. They wouldn't let you upload shit until you sent them physical evidence that you are and say who you are. Now you can just do whatever. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like anybody can open up 10 Gmail accounts and have 10 different band pages. But it's amazing that you brought that point up, that they didn't even have a licensing lawyer regarding music, and yet they went through and did all this craziness back in 2008. Oh, sorry, Nick. Back in like 2008 or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's like I said to you on our conversation before, like it's amazing on just how short-sighted they just do this. It's like this knee-jerk reaction to, oh my God, we're getting threatened with a lawsuit. Go after Nick. You know what I mean? Like it's just so, rather than being like, all right, well, look, this is what people do. So let's make the workaround. You know what I mean? Like they're it's just so draconian and it's so extreme. It jumps from either black and white, left or right. There's nothing in between. They usually do get there, but after guys like you watch your hair turn gray when you're getting all these fucking letters saying, oh, you know, you violated the copyright laws. You know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous.
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, that's what they're doing. That's essentially what they're saying is that whether you're making money or not, they want them down.
Now, now, tell me what you think. The one scenario you walked me through. What do you think Facebook is looking to do because of this? I mean, it's obvious. Like, I don't think it's because they worry about a lawsuit with UMPG, because Mark Zuckerberg could just probably buy them and tell them to go fuck themselves. In all honesty, I don't really think it's I don't think it's a money thing. I think there's something else.
No, you know, actually, it is a money thing. It is. It's what they set out to do 2 years ago, and it was in their notes in, I don't know, January 2015 that we've done a lot with photography and photos and everything. Now we want to hit video, and they're going after another media giant, and yeah, that's where they're going. Content ID, licensed, unlicensed, licensed videos, licensed songs will not come down if UMPG sees a hit on Google publicly and says, okay, well, we checked into this artist. They do have a license for that, but the royalties will go to the artist and will not go to that cover band. The cover band or original band, it doesn't matter because, you know, the only thing that band is going to keep is their views on Facebook. That's it.
Yeah, and this was and for the people that are checking this out, we had a video that we put up regarding Vern and I put up regarding YouTube's content ID, and we came up with a system where it's a percentage based upon the total minutes of the video. So, for instance, what caused this? There was a great band out of Philly called Wizard Eye, who's no longer around, unfortunately, and we played an 8-minute song of theirs on a 2-hour radio stream, or
with permission, but
with a verbal permission, like from Eric, the founder of the band. And the thing that we came up with is, we understand why they marked the video for monetization, because it was Eric's material, and he was registered with Audium, a digital audio publishing group or whatever. But the thing was, is when Audium came in and they said, all right, from the 137 mark to the 145 mark, you guys played Stoneburner from Wizard Eye. Wow, okay, you know who they are in the name of the song. That's cool. But then they said, we're taking 100% of all the ad revenue generated from said video.
Yeah, so out of a 2-hour video, 8 minutes of it was copyrighted content, and they get to monetize the whole video. So it should be that 8 minutes,
right? Or
that they monetize.
And we figured, what was it? 6% was actually
I think it was 6% of the video was copyrighted content.
Yeah, so 6% is what 8 minutes is to 120. Because the rest of the 112 minutes, the rest of the 2 hours, it's just him and I being two assholes with microphones talking.
And how much sleep at night did you lose figuring all this shit out?
Honestly, a fair amount, because, you know, one of the things we want to do is we want to play newer artists on this show. We like your friend Dana Jade, your partner there, and a lot of the other bands that I've known from your network over the years, plus the newer bands. But the thing is that if we go and put up, like, well, here's one thing that could also happen. We could go and throw up a Wizard Eye song and then like 10 Sharetta songs, right? What if they sit there and say, well, because Wizard Eye was the one that appeared first, they're getting all the money, even though we played 10 Sharetta songs. So the fact is that they don't. We propose to them that they come up with a percentage system based upon the total length of the video in minutes and how much of that time is copywritten material. So, like I said, for a 2-hour show like ours was, an 8-minute song is 6%. And then say there's an 8-minute Sharetta song, they too would get 6%. And then that person, you know what I mean? It's all based upon the percentage of whatever it may be. Because our big thing about it is there's guys like you who, I mean, right now with your phone, dude, and your laptop, you can host your own show. You could do your own. You could do your own show on Facebook Live. You could do it on YouTube Live, right here, right now, no problem. Now, what's to say that like you use these videos to not only help promote bands, but also generate some revenue to help out your website?
That's what they were all about. But I got to tell you something. I just didn't take any chances. I took 375 videos off
Jesus.
of Facebook. And believe it or not, but they weren't cover songs.
But you never know.
There was a few that were cover songs, but these are artists that I manage and manage or supported. And like you said, it was to show the audience how awesome they are live. And of course, you know, one of the things in the disclaimer, it says it doesn't necessarily represent the actual, real, true live sound. If you want to listen to a actual band in their, you know,
environment,
say realistically, go to their website and check out their music and listen to it for yourself.
Right.
Go to Reverb Nation, go to YouTube, But you know, we always try to give the best representation. And an old thing that my father taught me is that, you know, was taking care of people like he used to be. The biggest pride that my father gave me that really has propelled me through building the Musicians Rock Network is that he wanted us dressed better, 1,000 times better than he did, just so we could be out at church on Sunday mornings. And I always go out wanting the best for the musicians, sisters, brothers. Many have that become like family to me. And just give them the best. Give them my best. And yeah, I do wear my heart on my sleeve. And they know it. They trust me. I'm not a threat to them. But to put things in perspective, UMPG, Facebook.
I was going to say they see you as a threat. Yeah. Well, it's also, I think what's happening too is a big reason of what's happening is the music industry. Now we all know this because we're all old enough to remember Napster and LimeWire and Kazaa and all the file sharing that happened with the pirating. And the thing is, the music industry has not recovered and probably never will recover from the early 2000s of what happened. So basically, what I think is happening is that the streams of revenue are shrinking because the stuff is the technology's made it faster, it's made it cheaper, made it easier, more efficient. It's cut a lot of middlemen out of the mix. So what I think you're seeing now is an industry that is desperately trying to just get a day's worth of water out of a thimble. Like they're trying to basically get whatever water they can left. Like they're literally wringing out the sweat on their socks right now to try and get anything. And rather than try to sit there and innovate and find a better way to get this shit going, they're just going to keep going they're going to keep going to the same old well. And it doesn't matter if I'm pulling up buckets of mud. Water is needed to make mud. So there's water in there. You said sweaty socks. No, they just have sweaty balls. That's what it is.
Yeah, the sweaty balls.
And they got a rash up their ass, and they want their money, and they're the gangsters of this age in the music industry. And that's
thank you for saying that, because I was going to say, thank you for saying that, because of the point that, you know, they always go with this altruistic, like, oh, we're doing this to protect the artist, we're doing this to help. No, the fuck you're not.
Sure
because if you guys were doing this to protect the artist, then first off, there wouldn't have been the horror stories from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s on just how crooked the industry is towards musicians. So don't sit there and tell me that all of a sudden you guys now realized in the music industry, the bookkeepers and all that, you just now all of a sudden realize, oh, you know what? We need to start taking care of our artists like employees. Go fuck yourself. That's not, you're doing this for you. Like you as in that UMPG collective. You know what I'm saying? Like it's to me, it's not as good intended as they're making it out to be. Because look at Spotify, dude. Spotify was supposed to be this thing that revolutionized it for the artist and put artists directly in contact with the listeners and purchasers and so forth. Yet you make less money on Spotify than you would just selling the shit through like a CD Baby or an iTunes, who already rapes the hell out of you to begin with anyway. You know,
Yeah.
so like that's why, like, when I see stuff like this, because and the other thing I'll close with this is a lot of musicians nowadays know they're not making money selling their music. The music
Not at all.
Yeah, the way it's always, the way it seems to be is bands make money from the shows, they make money from T-shirts, they make money from everything else but selling their music these days.
It's become
because even if you're on one of the big labels go, oh well, yeah, you're a new act, so yeah, you're gonna get this little pittance out of everything that we make off of selling your CDs,
25 cents,
and
if you're lucky.
Yeah, like,
you know.
And I think one of the problems I think the reason we're seeing some of this big crackdown on copyrighted stuff is I think the industry.
They're nervous.
Yeah, the industry.
They're nervous.
Yeah, they're nervous. The industry realizes that the technology exists for artists to go, well, what do I need fucking BMI, or what do I need these fucking big record companies for? Oh, I can get online and I can contact venues myself and set up shows at bars all across the fucking state. I can fucking sell my CDs online. I can sell my T-shirts online. I can sell all this shit online.
Self-sufficiency.
Yes.
And do it all myself. And the record companies are like, well, shit, these guys, we need them to think they need us, so we're gonna look. We can fight. Look, this guy posted your song without permission, so we nailed him. Look, we got him. That's what we do for you. That's why you need us.
The fish trophy. They holding up the small fish and they say this won the championship.
Yeah. They don't tell you that. Hey, you know, I almost hooked like 5-10 pounders, but I caught a fucking 3-pounder.
Yeah, exactly. Just it's incremental, and also too, like I said before, with my whole feeling and belief behind it is that, again, it's not them going after, hey, Wizard Eye, we're gonna go after these two assholes with microphones on a show called Slacker Americana because they played your song. You know what I mean? Like, we're helping you out, Eric. It's like, no, it's you're doing it for you. Like, we know that
and the big Don Rapido.
But we know that
Stuff this freaking meatball in your mouth until you suffocate and you can't breathe anymore, you fucking moth.
Dude, we're gonna have to get him to cut promos for us.
Yeah.
Dude, if we could play the Stone Cold music and just have and then Nick go off on somebody.
Hey, watch us, sure, we'll fucking choke you with a meatball, asshole.
But again, it to me, it does come down to that, like, it's them protecting the revenue streams for them. It's not this altruism about we need to help these artists out. Because again, if it was about helping out these artists, here's a guy that just died, Chuck Berry. He was a dude that had to sit there and keep working until he was 90 years old and getting paid in cash. Because if he got a check, it went off to a bunch of people who screwed him in contract deals back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. You know what I mean? So if this industry really gave a shit about its artists, like they say, why was Chuck Berry at 90 years old still going out there? Not because he loved to, it's because he had to. Name a 90-year-old that's still working in their job right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, why we have a national treasure like that, and the man's practically in poverty, living out of a van, driving all up and down the coast and all over the place, literally getting paid with bags of money because he would not accept the check. And he would take the money up front. He said, you got to pay me all of it up front or no show. Because he's been burned so many times. You know, and again, this is the industry that then decides we need to send threatening letters to a guy named Nick RapidFire who's just trying to promote independent artists. He's the problem. Nick is the problem. That's who we need to go after.
Well, you know, it wasn't all. I mean, yeah, it's happening to everybody. I mean, they're sending letters to everyone now.
It's just it's absurd to me. It's absolutely absurd that there's so many other things that are going on in the industry that they could fix. I mean, look, for one example, there is a musicians union, but it's nothing like SAG or WAG or any of the other film unions and screen guilds and so forth. Like, why aren't they pushing to get something of that caliber? You know what I mean? Like, why isn't there legislation being worked at and lobbied for. For example, Jim Carrey puts out Mr. Popper's Penguins, and he's given $20 million in advance to make that absolute garbage. Hey, there's a cat.
Internet gold. Internet gold.
Yo, internet gold. We got a cat.
We got a cat on Slacker Americana.
It's a Russian blue. But
that's Paris.
But so Jim Carrey will get $20 million to make Mr. Popper's Penguins. The movie bombs. He doesn't have to pay a single dime of that money back. Meanwhile, Eric from Wizard Eye gets a $100,000 advance from a record company, which is a loan. They work their ass off. They put the album out. It stinks. Eric is now on the hook for that $100,000 because of a failed investment. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the things that the industry should be working on. Not the fact that Nick RapidFire was at a show with his camcorder and he filmed Sharetta doing a Blondie cover. Who gives a fuck? Like, that's not the problem. Like, that was my rant. I mean,
yeah, like the industry just has their priorities all fucked up. And like personally, I almost think like I know it's a lot harder for bands to do it themselves, but I think maybe the future really is bands just going, all right, yeah, fucking Interscope Records or whatever, fuck you. I don't want your fucking deal. Like, yeah, I might have to fucking slave and fucking set up shows all myself and fucking handle all this shit myself, but at least I'm not getting screwed out of all of my profits. I'm not getting, you know, I don't have to sign my fucking intellectual property over to you because, oh, we're your label, so we own your music, you know? And maybe that's just the way it's got to go. It's just I know it's a hard thing, but bands maybe just got to fucking go and be like, look, we got to force change. Either the record labels are going to adapt to us or they're going to go out of business.
Well, it's almost like what it was almost like with what do you call it? Radiohead and Nine Inch Nails. You know what I mean? Like those two bands, they said fuck the industry, and they did everything.
Metallica did too.
Yeah, Metallica said fuck the industry also, and they're now doing it on their own. I think it's obviously easier.
Bad Religion did it years ago.
Oh yeah, that's right. And well, especially a lot of the punk bands. A lot of punk bands were just imprinting themselves anyway. You know what I mean? Like they were just doing their own imprints and sending them out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how like Fueled by Ramen started until they got bought out. You know. Yeah. Same with like Victory and Tooth and Nail until they became quote unquote majors. You know what I mean? Like, so I guess we hit all the points there. I mean, is there any update to this? Like, have you actually had to go to court? Have you had to contact a lawyer? Have you seeked out legal representation?
No, not at all. I took the videos down. I contacted the bands that I once managed, and I said, listen, I need to check for a cover videos, cover songs, and they either let me in or they did it for me and they deleted those videos. But I actually I went to the Musicians Rock Network on Facebook and I deleted almost everything that included artists that were their own original songs, because in a case where I was uploading a video for Midnight Mob these days or on YouTube, or whatever, it just matched their content. It happens with Sharetta, it happens with, but you know, YouTube has a better system up there with Content ID. In a case where Richard Marlowe, who actually, you know, the owner of Gravel Entertainment, manager of Sharetta, and does artist management, who is my very, very good brother and friend, I asked him about 2 weeks ago, I said, what's going on with that? He says, it's not going to affect you, Nick. All that's going to happen is that every time your video is played, and we get, you know, a couple of cents for that part in the video, like you talked about before. He said you don't have to take the video down. Facebook, however, they will murder you if you don't take down the video. That's where they're at right now.
Yeah, and they'll kill your, like you said, they'll term your account, they'll term your email. They'll probably grab your fucking... Yeah, they'll probably grab your IP address, too, for all we know, and term that.
Well, it's not good to threaten people that way, and they're not just doing it to me. They're doing it to thousands of other people. Thousands.
And again, you guys, and I don't say this in the diminutive, like, ignorant fashion or whatever, but you guys are small fish. Like, you're not the problem. Like, that's what I'm trying to get at, is that, again, there's so many other things for them to be going after and concerned about. A guy named, you know, Nick, what's that?
There's two words 2 words: corporate bullying.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's again that whole thing like I was saying of like I need to get my my daily content of water from, you know, a thimble. You know what I mean? And like they're just trying to squeeze so much water from the dirt. You know, blood from a stone, whatever other fucking biblical shit you want to put on it. You know what I mean? Like, so I guess we covered all of it for the most part, man. Before we get out of here, why don't you tell us a little bit about your friend Dana Jade? Like what style of music she doing? Like how long she's been doing this?
Dana, okay, I'll tell you a little bit about her, and she is an amazing woman, positive.
All right. Well, first off, I gotta ask the question. All right, because you get giddy as shit every time you say this girl's name, man. So like, is this a little more than just a business like relationship? Like a little something extra you got going on here, or?
Well, I mean, to be honest, yeah, there is.
All right, cool. No, it's not a judgment. I'm just saying because you get like stars in the eyes, man.
I mean, a lot of people tend to see that. You know, with me, I'm with a lot of hot rocket chicks and everything like that. But some of them are oh my gosh, they're like family. I mean, you got Blackie Deathproof. She's like my rock niece, and I have so many of them. Dana to me is the world. She means the world to me. She knows that.
There's that glowing again.
Yeah, but you also got to understand where I'm coming from. She's also my best friend. And she's been there since the very beginning, like I said, except that I missed her that night on October 30th, 2009. When we reconnected in October of last year, 3 days after her show hosted by Don Jameson at Dingbats, everything started rolling in order. And we are very, very serious, business-oriented. We are both like one and the same kind of person. We both have the same views, the same ideas, the same thoughts, and it's almost at times like we're brother and sister. But we also maintain a very fun, positive outlook on the music scene. And I got to put it this way: we know our shit.
Well, where's she from originally? Where's she originally?
She's originally from New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Now
okay.
She's down at my home away from home, Anna Maria Island, Florida, paradise. You asked me a question. Dana is an all-genre vocalist, singer-songwriter. Of course, she is the metal siren of Archdemon. And maybe one thing you're overlooking, I've managed Dana for over 7 years.
Okay.
So you know, she is the Executive Vice President and Chief Administrative Officer of the Musicians Rock Network. I'm proud of her. There isn't another person who can fill her shoes. That's how serious.
I mean, if she's a size 10, then I could give her a run for the money. But I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, you know, I mean, I got them dainty 10s too. Like they're thin pencil feet. I got fucking clown shoes, bro. Like I seriously have fucking clown shoes. Like I have clown feet. You know what I mean? So I might.
What are we talking about? Shoe sizes here?
Yeah. You know, because you said, hey,
I'm almost a size. Let me tell you something. I'm a small guy, but I'm almost a size 12.
Well, I mean, you must have got ran over by a car a lot when you were a kid. I don't know what the fuck. I mean, your parents didn't get you good shoes? No,
bro. It's just.
Dude,
it's just my blood. That's it.
Yeah, it's
just me.
This shit how it happens. So, anything else you think we got hit, dude, or do you think we did it?
I think we covered things pretty well there.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll give you the proper out here, Nick. Musicians Rock Network. It's TMRNworld.com. Yes.
Yeah, or the musiciansrocknetwork.com.
Okay. So he's got 2 of them. You can search it in Google. It's also on the Facebook, Twitter. He's everywhere. Good.
I just got to give 2 quick shout-outs before we go.
Yeah, dude.
Actually, 2 statements. I'm looking to do it once I get to speak with Dana, because I go over everything with her. We're going to be talking about doing the Musicians Rock Network anniversary show, which is the #1 site in Sarasota, Florida. Kelly's Live. Still, it's in the planning stages, but I have to speak with Kelly down there in Sarasota to have it down there. Of course, She's in Florida. I'm here in New Jersey. I have people in Europe, and I got to give a shout out to Kate Well, who is a VIP and partner. She's an awesome, awesome trooper and friend out in Australia, and she's bringing a lot of the great bands to the forefront in the Musicians Rock Network. And stay tuned, because Europe, we're going to kill it in Europe too.
Dude, and you're going to probably find a very, very receptive audience in Europe, because one of the things, like, I remember from Black Collar Radio was guys like Flesh Engine and Travia and a lot of the Northeast Philadelphia hard rock bands and metal bands would, like, and again, this isn't anything on them, but they would barely get any love in their hometown. But then all of a sudden their record goes to number 5 in fucking Poland. You know what I mean? Like they're charting in Germany. And these are dudes, like I said, you know what I mean? Like, it's dudes that I would just go have a beer with, just to shoot the shit with, and they're buddies of mine. And here, like, they're fucking charting in Germany. You know what I mean? They're hitting the top in Poland. They're crushing in Ukraine. And the Europeans, and you know what? That could be the advice to hard rock and metal bands that we could leave you with here. Fuck the United States. Go to Europe. Seriously, go to Europe. I agree. They love anything American over there, and if it's heavy, they love you even more. You know what I mean? Like, dude, David Hasselhoff is still like an icon in Germany right now. You know, and he does cheesy ass 80s synth music, and they love it. They fucking love it. Same with Japan, dude. You go to Japan, it doesn't. You could be going up there doing classic Chuck Berry, Elvis sounding rock and roll.
Not even that. Did you hear when Priest did Unleashed in the East, and it felt like the turntable was moving a little bit too quick?
What, Judas Priest? Oh yeah.
Yeah, live, Unleashed in the East. Yeah.
I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, can you imagine the song Exciter? You know, being sung by Halford, twice the speed of light. I mean,
I know Painkiller real well. He is the painkiller. Yeah, Sean used to sing that one a lot. That was awesome.
Hey, better be careful. Be careful. We might get copyright.
Oh yeah, we might just got a copyright in there, dude. We just sat there and sang like two lines from two.
Yeah, but it wasn't over 15 seconds long, which means you're within.
Is that the rule?
Jurisdiction. 15 seconds maximum. That's it.
So we could literally like play like 15 seconds of a Tool song.
But you got to claim fair use.
Oh crap! So
when you're doing media, news, and publishing, and I'm doing a story, okay, Facebook has no rights whatsoever. If the three of us, are sitting down playing cards, having a few beers, and listening to Judas Priest in the background. Or how about my trip back from Florida back in December, and I'm filming my car doing 90-95, my Honda, and heading towards Ocala, playing Soundgarden, Rusty Cage.
Nice.
I uploaded to Facebook, boom, got hit with copyright infringement right there, content ID. You must take this video down. You can post it without the sound. But
there is copyrighted music in your video. We cannot allow you to play the copyrighted music.
So we're over there listening to Judas Priest and everything, Exciter, and we're screaming and stuff. But they pick it up, and it usually gets picked up when it's around over 15 seconds.
All right, we'll have to keep that in mind, dude.
Mine was like 38, 39 seconds.
Because I'm thinking we could play a Tool song, but it would take us like 5 hours to do it. Because we would just play 15 seconds at a time.
There's a great song there by Tool, 46 and 2. Dana and I were touring Anna Maria Island, and we're listening to 46 and 2, and it's up on Facebook, and I haven't heard shit from them.
It's not like it's even been it hasn't even been consistent either. So, but I guess all right, we'll have to leave that there. But we'll real fast. This was Nick RapidFire. We want to thank Nick for stopping by and joining us. Definitely check out the Musicians Rock Network. It's on Facebook. It's on Twitter. It's on YouTube. TMRNworld.com or the World Rock. Yeah, and then the Musicians Rock Network.
MusiciansRockNetwork.com.
And, yep. So yeah, Nick, Vern and I, we want to say thanks for hanging out with us, dude.
Yep.
Thank you so much for putting up with the patience of this technical difficulty shit.
Hey, you got to use the iPhone. The iPhone works best on Facebook. The heck with Skype.
Yeah. Dude, I think this is gonna have to be our new way. I don't know.
Yeah, good old
Good old trying
Facebook
to figure
works.
out how to run Skype today is like a male monkey trying to figure out if he has balls.
Well, it's kind of easy. Just look down.
Yeah, well, we were looking down, but we didn't see any balls.
Oof.
Skype had no balls today.
No, none.
This happens every.
Well, dude. Like I was screwing around with it at my house, no problem, and I have shit internet where I live. You got onto it, no problem earlier. It wouldn't let us log in. We're like, dude, fuck this. Call me on Facebook.
Well, then again, my computer is being a royal asshole.
Oh my god, yeah, we'll tell.
Yeah, but look at this. We're on Facebook Messenger, and I'm on for like an hour already.
Yeah.
And it's been consistent.
Well, yeah, except for right now, it just froze up. But hey, there you go.
Yeah, the video lagged for a second there. But,
Right?
Yeah, but it's all good. Yeah, man, it's all good. I think you'll be happy with the results when I put this through the editor. Hopefully, I can get it through the editor, and we get it all chopped up to look
hopefully
good.
it doesn't take 3 days this time.
Oh my Jesus Christ, dude! For reals.
All right.
But all right, Nick. So once again, man, thank you so much for coming on, sharing your story. You definitely helped us learn a lot because I'm a returning broadcaster and he's a new broadcaster, and we're getting back into this new world of the independent streaming. And I know a lot has changed since Black Collar Radio since I left BCR 7 years ago. You know what I mean? So we definitely want to thank you for the insight, man, for the stories and letting us know what's up. Yeah, and we'll try and get Dana on in a couple weeks, like we were talking about.
I was just thinking about that would be awesome, and thank you so much for having me, Nick RapidFire, founder of the Musicians Rock Network, on your debut show.
Do you want to?
What's up to Slacker Americana?
Yeah, real fast. Do you want to cut a? Let's get him cut a. Can you cut a promo for us? Just be like, hey, this is Nick RapidFire from the Musicians Rock Network, and you're listening to, or you're watching Slacker Americana. Just like a dumb basic. You can say whatever you want, really, honestly.
I'm clearing my throat. Hold on, let me get some light. All right, ready?
Yeah, go for it.
Hey guys, you're watching. No. Let's pause that one. Let's do it
Mark.
Cut. Take two.
Take two.
What's up, people? This is Nick RapidFire, founder and director of the Musicians Rock Network, and you are watching Slacker Americana.
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. Dude, well, I'll be able to cut that bitch up good.
All right.
Yeah, with the YouTube editor. So, all right, Nick. Thanks, brother. And, yeah, man, we'll be in touch, like I said, soon to get Dana set up, and I'll just hit you up just to shoot the shit soon.
I love you, my brothers.
No problem, man. Thanks, Nick.
Have a good one, Nick.
Cheers.
Later, bro.
Cheers.
All right.
All right. Why didn't it transition back? All right. There we go.
There we go.
That was the first... oh, come on, OBS. There we go.
Yeah, you're good.
Hey, there we go.
Hey.
There we go. We're good.
Dude.
All right.
All right.
Hey, we had our first live video caller without the something going. Well, I mean, at first it went.
Oh my god!
But at least it worked after we got it working.
Dude, you have to say it this way: the fact we were able to get our first live video caller after everything.
We got him on the air. Yay! Yeah.